and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chewelahflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chewelahflooring@gmail.com.
Programming on KCHW is supported by Parkview Senior Living in Colville, Washington. Parkview offers assisted living services for seniors, including care planning, help with daily routines, and meals served in the community dining room. Parkview Senior Living is located at 240 South Silky Road in Colville. Additional information is available at parkviewsl.com or by phone at 509-684-5677. Thank you, Parkview Senior Living, for your support of KCHW 102.7.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Good morning. It's your KCHW Morning Show for Friday, May 15th. We are here with myself. Oh, look, it's just myself for the first half of the show. Paula's out sick today. Dylan is out saving the world and kicking butt and taking names, and he's actually out doing a gig. So congratulations. Hope you have a great one. I guess, what do you say for that? Do you say break a leg for that? I'm not really sure. Anyway, we are here with myself today for the second half of the show. We're going to be joined with Randy Tron. Of course, the man with the legendary smile and the legendary top hat as well. Really fortunate to have him in here today. He's got a surprise for us right here at KCHW that you're going to learn about in a little bit. It's amazing. You're going to love it. In the meantime, again, we are flying solo with myself. I'm going to muddle through this first half, and then we'll probably go take a break a little early. Then we'll be back with Randy. So looking forward to that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the weather starting off things today. But before I do that, I want to give a huge thank you to everyone out there at the Oasis last night. I did my first round of karaoke disc jockeying. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast, so thank you everyone out there. It was a lot of fun. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the warm welcome, even if I was really bad at it. All right, everybody. So today we're looking at a high of 60 degrees with a mix of some clouds and sun during the morning and more cloudy skies this afternoon. It's going to be a little bit of a chilly one for the Friday market, but still pretty nice weather. Sitting at about 11% chance of wind with a 38-degree low overnight and a few clouds hanging around. Then tomorrow, temperatures dropping even more. We're getting a high of only 53 degrees with some thunderstorms likely throughout the day. 64% chance of rain, so we're going to get some more rain tomorrow. But after that rain yesterday, things really turning green out there. Really beautiful to see. All right, then on Sunday, a high of 62 degrees, 38 degrees for that overnight low with some partly cloudy skies. Then 65 and 31 on Monday with partly cloudy skies. Once again, that chance of rain sitting at about 15%. Then 67 and 43 on Tuesday with an 11% chance of rain. And on Wednesday of next week, 71 for the high, 44 overnight. Then things warming up again on Thursday with 76 for the high, 46 overnight. It looks like we have mid-70s throughout most of the rest of the month. Maybe hitting 80 degrees towards the end of the month. So looking pretty nice for the rest of the month out there. We do have some extra high pollen right now going on. The tree pollen right now is very high. Tomorrow it's going to drop down to high and stay that way for Sunday. Then we've got moderate grass pollen alert today. And that's going to carry us through the weekend. No ragweed. I don't even know if we have ragweed around here. Maybe we do. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and take a look at our Chewelah Valley Lions Club calendar and see who's got birthdays today. Alrighty, so today we have Jenny Love and Shauna White with birthdays. Happy birthday, you two. Hope you guys have a great one. I've got a song. Randy's in here with me. Randy, should I sing the song solo? He says yes. Okay. All right. I got a birthday song for you too. Happy birthday. Happy day. Happy birthday. Yay. Hey. There you go. That's for you, Paula. Paula, I hope you feel better. Not going to talk too much about it, but yeah. All righty. And again, Dylan, hope you have a great show tonight. He sent me a message. I'm trying to find it. We're going to talk about where Dylan's out today and where his band is. Of course, he plays with the Zach Pass Band, who just had an album release party last week. It was really a phenomenal show. Man, those guys are great. Love them. Love them. All right. Now we're going to take a look over at the community calendar. Today we've got the Chamber of Commerce. They're meeting over at the casino. That's at the cafe inside the casino at 2555 Smith Road. They're meeting for about another 30 minutes. You might be able to make it if you head on over really quick. Then winter pickleball not winter pickleball anymore. It's just pickleball. They're up at the golf course from 8:30 to 11:30. They're going to be out there Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Then the Chewelah Farmers Market is happening again today. It is episode 2 of the Farmers Market for the year. This is the 19th year of the award-winning Chewelah Farmers Market. I'm still a little hoarse from last night, having a hard time talking a little bit. Lost my voice last night for a little bit. So that market, of course, is still in the beautiful corner of the Chewelah City Park in the northeast corner. And they still are welcoming new vendors. If you still want to vend, you can still talk to them during the market today. Maybe get one of those applications. You can get the market rules and a vendor registration form. Of course, you can follow them on Facebook and find out all the great stuff they're doing for the season. All right, then we're going to move on over to Saturday. We have the Forgotten Country event happening at the Woodland Theater in Kettle Falls from 2 to 4 p.m. This is to celebrate Armed Forces Day. It's a variety show presented by the Kettle Falls American Legion Auxiliary. It's to honor our veterans and our nation's 250th birthday with family-friendly programming featuring local performers, music, dancing, kips gymnastics, a cowboy poet, and some educational information about military practices and a raffle drawing. So that admission is by donation. For more information, you can contact KFAM, looks like Legoo at gmail.com. That's KFAMLEGAUX at gmail.com. Then we have the Denim and Diamonds Gala. That's happening from 5 to 10 p.m. at the Colville Ag Center. Of course, this is a yearly event to help out the Colville Valley Animal Sanctuary. They do amazing work with rescue animals. They do the low-cost vaccination clinics that they do throughout the year. Really, really great stuff there. Of course, you can find out more information at cvasanctuary.org. This is a formal event with Denim and Diamonds. And then, of course, we have the opening night from 7 to 9 p.m. of The Curious Savage happening at the Chewelah Center for the Arts at 405 North 3rd Street East. This play is written by John Patrick, directed by Bonnie Spencer, and presented by Center Stage Productions. That's happening from 7 to 9 p.m. tonight, 7 to 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Then on Sunday is the 2 p.m. matinee, of course, at the Chewelah Center for the Arts. That's about a 2-hour-long show about Ethel P. Savage. She's inherited a $10 million and plans to use it for something wildly impractical, kindness. But those pesky stepchildren are trying to get it away from her. So that's a great show. Go check that out. And then, of course, tomorrow from 10 to 2 p.m., we have auditions for Chewelah's Got Talent right here in the Northern Lights Theater. We've got lots of great talent signed up. There's still room for more, though. You can drop on by. We'll have those application forms. Or you can visit kchw.org or visit our KCHW Radio Facebook page and get yourself signed up. If you need to, you can also call me at 509-935-6627. We've got lots of great stuff. Of course, the main show is happening May 30th at the Chewelah Center for the Arts. So if you make it through auditions, you're going to get in the main show in front of an audience. It's always a great show every year. Great fundraiser for KCHW and cash prizes for the winners. So we want to thank all of our sponsors for that. And we're going to get more information up about that soon as we get past these auditions and get our cast lined up. All righty. So moving on to Sunday, as I said, the Curious Savage is happening at 2 p.m. Then pickleball is back up at the golf course from 2 to 4:30. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do this Northern Light Spotlight tonight. We're going to check out some of the music activity that's happening around the area. And I did not open that up, so we're going to go ahead and get to that really quickly here. As we wait for that screen to load, I'm going to take a little drink. I would like to start things out by letting everyone know a good friend of ours here at the radio station and a wonderful overall human being, Miss Bella the Ball. She's having her birthday celebration Sunday, May 24th at the Oasis. There's going to be live music with the Dinosaurs and hosted by Gina, Miss Gina Greenwood. So thank you so much. Randy, do you know Belle? Miss Belle Dean? Oh, she's an amazing lady. So she's actually started the Chewelah Senior Club meeting that happens, the potluck and games that happens at the Valley Fire Department building the first and third Thursday of every month. So she's a wonderful lady. Happy birthday, Belle. Looking forward to that one. I know I'm going to be there. All righty here. Now let's get over again. Let's get these all in. I didn't get this ready at all. Randy, what's wrong with me? All right. So today at 8 p.m. we have Live Music Friday with Andrew Matherly. Let's see when that is happening here. You know, I see why these guys struggle with this on Fridays. They trying to find all the information on these as we go along live. So that's happening at the Jackson Street Bar and Grill. Of course, Andrew Matherly, a good friend of Isaac Tenasket. They've been playing together for a very long time. I think since they were kids. Fantastic musician. Really love seeing him. And then, let's see. You know, some of these. Okay, Sunday at 1 p.m., the Songwriters of 105. That's May 17th at the Spokane Public Library at the central location, 1 to 3 p.m. Brad Keeler and, see, now I'm just cutting myself off. Lyle Morris and Brad Keeler. So that's a second show in a series featuring songwriting members of professional musicians of the Inland Northwest, AFM Local 105. All righty. Oh, you know what? I lost my place again. This is why we need co-hosts. All right. I'm just going to start opening some of these in other tabs. So we've got the third Thursday acoustic jam happening at Fired Up Brewing, Thursday, May 21st at 5:30 p.m. Then Friday, May 22nd is the Burning Cow Barter Fest. We're gonna get that opened up here really quick. So the Burning Cow Barter Fest is happening, as I said, May 25th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They say the cow isn't just grazing, she's raising the temperature. Welcome to the wildest weekend in the pasture. Grab your boots, tune your strings, and get ready to turn up the heat because the Burning Cow Barter Fest is stampeding back for another unforgettable weekend of music, fire, and good old-fashioned barter magic, rather. Ooh, so it's actually 4 days long at the Tombstone Ranch. It transforms into a barnyard of sound with rock bands, campfire ballads, and toe-tapping tunes to keep the herd dancing till the embers fade. This is always a great one. So that is happening again. Let's see. There's day passes available. Where can we find out more information about this? Of course, you can go to the Northern Beat, or rather the Northern Light Spotlight, and you can also go to, that is a very long QR code. So you can also get more information at Burning Cow Barter Fair, fair spelled with an E at the end, at gmail.com. And then, of course, as I mentioned, Belle's 84th birthday, Sunday, May 24th. Then Sunday, May 31st, is the Songwriters in the Round opening night. When is that happening? That is at the Social in Spokane, May 31st at 5 p.m. Let's see here. They ask you to join them for the very first night in a brand new live music series for Songwriters in the Round. It's an intimate close-up concert experience where the stories are just as powerful as the songs. So the first edition features Amanda Moss, Jeremiah Banks, Rusty Jackson, we had him on our show a couple weeks ago, and Steve Shenham. It's a unique format where songwriters take turns performing their original songs, telling the stories behind them, and even jumping on each other's tunes. They say it's raw, real, and completely different from a typical live show. Well, that actually sounds really nice. Of course, that's happening again in the Social Spokane, May 31st at 5 p.m. The Newport Renaissance. Oh, no, those are older. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move along from that. That's taken me too long, but there are some great events coming up. I'm trying to find Dylan's post here. If you'll give me just a second here, I'm trying to figure this out. Let's take a moment of silence. Isn't silence on the radio fun? All right, so at the Gisa Pavilion is the Spokane Lilac Festival. Brewfest is back. Tickets are available now May 16th. So that is tomorrow at 1 p.m. at the Gisa Pavilion in the Riverfront Park, Spokane. So the Brewfest is back. Let's see. There's local music, local beer, sunshine, and community vibes. And, of course, let's see here. The Lilac Festival is a big one in Spokane every year. This is the 2026 Lilac Festival. The Zach Pass Band is playing. I know there's a lot of more information. For more information, you can visit axs.com. That is Alpha. What is X-Ray? Is that what X is? Yeah. Alpha X-Ray Sam? Did I get that right? I don't know the phonetic alphabet. Anyway. So that's our brief Northern Light spotlight for today. I kind of muddled through that one. So we're going to get along here. Let's go ahead and we're going to take our break a little bit early. We're going to throw in an extra news story. And then we're going to come right back after this with our guest today, Mr. Randy Tron. Looking forward to having him on. We'll be back in just a little bit. Right now, you're listening to KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio.
Public News Service Zone Newscast, May the 15th, 2026. I'm Mike Clifford. A decision by the nation's highest court ensures the abortion pill mifepristone can continue to be available by mail. NBC News notes a ruling by the New Orleans-based Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals on May 1st had imperiled widespread access to the pill. Now the Supreme Court has granted emergency requests brought by drug makers Stanco Laboratories and GenBio Pro, seeking to block that ruling. Meantime, Indiana students will soon have to power down their phones for the whole school day. Our Joe Ulori tells us Governor Mike Braun signed into law this week Indiana's all-day school cell phone ban.
It takes effect July 1st in time for the 2026 to 2027 school year. The law expands Indiana's current ban, which only restricts phone usage during instructional time. Mary Alice Hale, a student at St. Pius X School in Indianapolis, says the change may sound bigger than it feels.
It really just doesn't affect us much, and I think if we did have our phones on us, the day would be much different, and I feel like there would be a lot more people getting in trouble, like pushing the limits.
Some critics worry students may lose a lifeline during emergencies. Supporters say the ban gives teachers back control of the classroom. This story was produced with original reporting from Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV.
And it's a trend we've been following. A massive data center proposed for southern New Mexico received local pushback, but the federal government has nonetheless stepped in to help.
Ian Tafoya with Green Latinos says environmental justice is a major reason communities object to data centers because artificial intelligence developers want to locate them in areas already experiencing poor health and economic disparities. Project Jupiter in Santa Teresa will create a huge need for water and energy while generating substantial emissions. The $165 billion project was halted over pipeline permitting until the Bureau of Land Management granted expedited permission.
You basically have a power plant being built to serve one industry that's not regulated in the same way as other utilities. And so we're saying, hey, just because you're bringing your own energy, it needs to be clean energy.
I'm Roz Brown.
Earlier this week, Colorado ended its 2026 session without changes to how the state regulates the data center industry. Next, parenting has been called one of the hardest jobs in the world, and researchers say women in particular are struggling to handle an increasingly heavy load. Leah Rumpenar is author of the book Drained, Reduce Your Mental Load to Do Less and Be More, and says women often deal with more complex care in the home.
Something as small as monitoring what's happening in your house becomes almost like catastrophic because it's tied to that emotional thinking of work about love and care for the people we love and care for.
She says too many moms can never fully relax because their energy is constantly being spent. This is Public News Service. If you look back to 2023, Florida lawmakers voted unanimously to expand kid care, the state marketplace for the Children's Health Insurance Program. They raised the eligibility threshold to 300% of the federal poverty level. That would have extended affordable coverage to more than 40,000 kids.
For families like Aaron Booth's, the consequences are real.
So now my son goes without PT, OT, and speech, and it's now getting to the point where it's getting my son's behind physically, emotionally, and mentally. His mental health is deteriorating because he can't keep up with his peers.
Her son Landon was diagnosed with leukemia at age 5. Now in remission at age 10, he suffers from treatment-related disabilities, including osteoporosis. Booth pays nearly $280 a month for Healthy Kids coverage, plus co-pays. But the therapies he needs are not covered. According to KFF Health News, Florida has not implemented a 2023 expansion that would help families like hers. I'm Tremel Gomes.
Next, New York advocates are celebrating wildlife protections for Endangered Species Day.
This year marks the 21st anniversary and honors the numerous species saved by the Endangered Species Act, like New York's piping plover and the bald eagle. But there's more work to be done, given there are 55 endangered species in New York. Tara Thornton with the Endangered Species Coalition says there are ways people can act to save endangered species.
Volunteer with some of these local organizations and help them out with what they do. Plant some native plants in your garden this year, helping out those pollinators. They could use a lot of help as well. So there's lots of those actions that people can do.
This comes as the state is being proactive about keeping some species from being endangered. In 2025, New York passed a law calling on the Department of Environmental Conservation to regulate horseshoe crab management and prohibit taking them for commercial and biomedical uses. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
Finally, some of the biggest social media sites on the internet are becoming more toxic for LGBTQ plus users. That's according to the new LGBTQ Social Media Safety Index produced by GLAAD.
Researchers from the nonprofit media advocacy organization evaluated the company's policies related to LGBTQ safety, privacy, and expression. Jenny Olson, senior director of GLAAD's social media safety program, says Meta, X, and YouTube's scores hit new lows.
The platforms are largely failing to mitigate harmful anti-LGBTQ hate and disinformation.
Representatives from X, Meta, and YouTube did not respond to a request for comment. I'm Suzanne Potter.
Last year, YouTube removed gender identity from the list of protected characteristics in its hate speech policy. This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Find our Toast indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
For the Daily Yonder and Public News Service, this is the news from rural America. Wiscasset, Maine lost nearly $250,000 for affordable housing after a data center derailed its plans. Last year, a 300-acre site was awarded federal funding from the COVID-era American Rescue Plan to build housing for first responders and municipal workers. But when an offer came in to build a data center instead, the town lost the housing money. Peter Arnold is a local resident who says the town got sidetracked by the data center's economic promise.
They were so enamored by the idea of a $5 billion data center landing in Wisconsin that they kind of got blinded.
When residents found out about the plan after months of secrecy, they raised concerns. Molly Feeney, who works on homelessness with the group Homeworthy, notes costs have skyrocketed.
The housing crisis is statewide for sure, but what Lincoln and Knox and Waldo County are seeing are even steeper climbs.
Now, both projects are stalled, leaving the town without federal housing money or a data center. Agrivoltaics often means sheep grazing under solar panels, but case studies show almost every type of livestock and crops can be raised that way. The Trump administration is blocking solar project funding, arguing renewables eat up prime farmland. But David Gall with the Solar and Storage Industries Institute says agrivoltaics actually means income that keeps farms operating.
Rural Americans want to see rural America continue to look like the community they grew up in.
Solar continues to be the fastest growing energy source, and more than 83% of new solar developments are going up on farms and ranches.
What the federal funding was intended to do was accelerate that innovation. Without that support, you're still going to see innovation, you're just not going to see it move as quickly.
Colorado's dry winter resulted in a record low snowpack. Ilana Newman reports farmers are trying a less thirsty crop.
The Rye Resurgence Project is the brainchild of Sarah Jones, who wants farmers to grow more rye instead of barley or alfalfa, two crops that use more water than rye. Selling it was another question.
Could we convert or convince farmers to make some changes to grow more rye and less of these other crops?
Rye needed a bit of a rebrand because it's less sellable than other grains. Jones reached out to bakeries, distilleries, and mills to find partners who would buy the grain.
If you multiply that by every pizza restaurant, bakery, brewery, distillery in Colorado, the positive impact that can have on our soil and on our region and on our aquifer could be huge.
I'm Ilana Newman.
For the Daily Yonder and Public News Service, I'm Roz Brown. For more rural stories, visit dailyyonder.com.
It's 7:54.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls. Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center for service. Vehicle sales are open 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with service open 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services available at colvilletoyota.com. Colville Toyota, a small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by
LMK Floors in Chewelah, serving Chewelah and the surrounding areas. Located at 110 East Main Street in Chewelah, next door to Bradley's Taekwondo. Locally owned and operated, LMK Floors provides sales of floor coverings, blinds, and countertops for a variety of home and business projects. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. LMK Floors, now open at 110 East Main Avenue in Chewelah. LMK means let me know. More information about LMK Floors can be found at lmkfloors.com or by calling 509-936-9099. KCHW would like to thank LMK Floors for their support of public radio in Stevens County.
Programming brought to you by Ryan Moore, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Deer Park, Washington. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Edward Jones is a firm that helps individuals and business owners achieve their financial goals. More information is available at edwardjones.com or by calling 509-276-2974. Edward Jones, member SIPC, with locations in Deer Park and Chewelah.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Good morning. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. It is still Friday, May 15th. Of course, we are back now with our good friend Randy Tron. Good morning, Randy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Outstanding. You're looking good.
For an old guy.
Right. And I love seeing your smile in the morning. I appreciate that. So and you're feeling good too. I know you've had some work done under the hood.
Oh yeah, I got my knee fixed, and that's kind of been really nice.
Outstanding. So you've been out performing. You're finding the new knee is helping on stage?
Well, it's way better on my attitude.
I can imagine that. Wow. So tell us, it's been I don't remember last time you were on the show. I know it was last fall, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
What you been up to since then, other than having your knee fixed?
Oh, not too much. I really took about 3 months to get over the knee thing, so and I had a few experiences on that, which was a little humorous. The electricity went out, and of course I've got an electric recliner.
Oh, no.
So about a week after I got my knee fixed, the electricity goes out, and then I have to get out of the recliner. Well, it's pitch black in the house.
Wow.
And I crawled off over the end of it, and it flipped upside down on top of me, so that was interesting.
Holy cow.
And Jan, she slept right through it.
Of course. Of course.
So I finally get uncovered, and I get the recliner off me and get stood up and find my walker. And now it's pitch black, so now I'm...
Wow.
I got stood back up, though, and...
Did it hurt? I mean, that must...
No, I didn't get hurt. It was just not real, comfortable.
No. Wow.
But funniest home videos that had a heyday with it.
Yeah, they did. So I always got to ask, I know there's that knee surgery. There's so many people that wait so long until you're in so much pain. I think pretty much everybody does it because, everyone wants to avoid. It's a major surgery. What do you say to people that wait so long?
They shouldn't have.
Right?
No, I was kind of putting it off because I figured, well, it's going to really be bad. The first week wasn't bad because I had a Novocaine pump for the pain.
That does help.
And the second week was a little bit rough, and then after that it started easing off to nothing.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't hurt at all.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So the pain of the little bit of discomfort from afterwards is definitely not near as bad as the constant pain of not having it done.
No, it absolutely does not hurt at all now. The muscles are still a little weak, but
yeah.
But it's doing really well.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
And I know I talk to people all the time, and they're just, one of these days I'm going to get the knee done. My mom's going through that, and I'm like, Mom, just call and make the appointment. She can't even walk. And I'm like, Mom, you can't do this.
Well, I done this when I was 18. I ruined my knee, and I put up with it. Now I'm 73.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I should not have waited.
What'd you do to hurt your knee in the first place?
Fell off a log and put my kneecap in the side of my leg.
Wow. Wow. That doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah, don't do that.
All right, so we're actually here to kind of talk about something special, something that I'm still blown away by this, by the way. I really, really appreciate this. I think we all do. You've done something very, very special for the radio station.
Well, I hope so.
You have. Now, before this, I want to preface this. So last year we did the Rev It Up for the Radio car show, Labor Day weekend in the park. We had some amazing cars there. Of course, Randy comes in with his top hat on and his beautiful convertible. What kind of car was that?
It's a 1917 T.
Yeah, beautiful car. Of course, you see that top hat going down the road, and you're like, oh, there's Randy. And you approached us and you said, hey, I want to do something for you guys for this show next year. Tell us what it was that you said.
Well, I asked if you guys would be interested in having a guitar, so I brought one of my custom-built guitars down for you. And I don't know, just to donate it and do something for the radio station.
I'm blown away by this because your guitars are beautiful, by the way.
Well, thank you.
So we have in the studio with us today a custom-built, hand-built Randy Tron guitar. Wow. Do you have names for your guitars, Randy?
I don't.
No?
This one's kind of a Frankencaster.
That makes it even better, in my opinion. So you've built this guitar. You're going to donate it to us. We're going to raffle it off. We're gonna get those raffle tickets up and going very soon.
Good.
Really, man, I'm serious. I'm almost at a loss for words. I really, really appreciate this. This is incredible. So we're going to be selling those raffle tickets between now and the next car show happening Labor Day weekend. So I want to go ahead and pick that guitar up and show it to the camera. Now, how would you describe this guitar to us?
Well, I don't know. It's got humbuckers on both at the bridge and the neck. The neck has got hot rails and the just regular humbuckers at the tail. So it's kind of on a Telecaster style.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of switching and different things. It's not normal.
No, it is an incredible piece, man. So,
but the woods in it are, it's got white oak and hickory and purple heart, and it's got a light walnut, and then it's got white pine. So it's not overly heavy.
Yeah. And what is the trim around the edge?
It's just a abalone type binding.
Yeah. Now, do you see Purple Heart? I love Purple Heart. It's one of my favorite woods. Years ago, I was fortunate enough to be able to build an entire countertop for a client out of Purple Heart.
How did you lift it?
It took a couple folks, but once it was done, it was breathtaking. It was stunning. It was for a coffee shop. It was for a cafe. And it was sort of this like side, where you could sit up and put your laptop up and, on a half wall, beautiful countertop.
I build a guitar that's totally a Purple Heart body.
Wow.
And you want to sit down to play it because it will pound you in the ground.
Wow. But that's not a wood you see very often in guitars.
No, but I kind of like the different and contrasts and colors. And
let's lift that up a little higher so we can see. There we go. Oh, so I don't think the pictures do it justice. That is absolutely gorgeous. Now, what is that? That medallion on the back? It's got a lion on it.
It does.
Now, what's the significance of that?
I don't know. It was something that I bought and I kind of liked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randy, I got to say, man, you come in, you talk about these, and you brought in some other guitars you made. You're so humble about it. You're like, yeah, I did this thing. It's all right, but you make absolutely stunning instruments.
Well, they're fun to do, but actually the part that's probably the hardest to do in any of these is putting the binding on them.
Mm-hmm.
It's sometimes you say bad words.
So when you do the binding, do you have to do you just sort of route those out and then create a little notch for them? Or?
Yeah, you take a router and you cut the edge and then you lay it in there, and then it's all put in with basically, it's a glue, but it's almost like super glue.
Yeah.
And I found that trying to put binding on the inside of the curve, when it comes, it's wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to put it on backwards and pull the outside and unwind it backwards, because then it doesn't want to creep out and then your fingers don't get stuck to
it. That's my favorite part of using super glue, is seeing what I can get stuck to.
Right.
It doesn't matter how careful you are with super glue, no matter what, and everybody knows this, you're going to stick your fingers to something.
Yes, you will.
Even there are times when, like, you're done with your project, you're like, oh, wow, I just did this whole thing. I didn't get any super glue on my fingers. You walk away and you look down and there it is. Like, where did that even come from?
And then you figure out how to file it off or sand it off or something. I don't know what you do, but
I usually just spend the rest of the day picking at it like a scab.
right, yeah.
No matter what. So how long have you been building guitars, Randy?
I don't know, just kind of a hobby thing, you know. I've always had guitars around, and I don't have any idea how many I have, but 40 or 50 maybe, I don't know.
That you've built?
No, I've got some pretty neat guitars sitting around too, but we've got a John 5 White Ghost, and that come from John 5.
Wow.
Anyway, that's kind of a neat guitar, but it's a Fender.
So explain to us who is John 5?
Motley Crue.
Yes. Yep.
And then I've also got an Andy Summers Telecaster Fender, and that's where it come from, was Andy Summers.
Now again, tell us who that is?
Police.
Yes, it is. Wow.
So those are kind of neat.
You know, and I know within the music community, your guitar collection is pretty well known. I mean, people are like, man, have you seen it? People talk about it because you've got some beautiful pieces.
Yeah, there's some. My daughter gave me one for my birthday one year, and it's a kind of a satin black with gold trim Fender. It's pretty nice.
That sounds beautiful.
It is. It really is.
Wow.
And I do have an old three-neck Fender steel guitar that belonged to Leon McCullough.
Wow.
And he was the steel player for the Sons of the Pioneers.
Yeah.
And
a three-neck guitar.
Yeah.
So like the ones you see all the rock stars in the 80s playing those, but this is a steel guitar.
Yeah.
So
it's a console, they called them at that time, but it's an old three-neck Fender.
I was imagining, you know, like rock stars in the 80s, glam hair, stand there. I get what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I do love a good steel guitar. They sound so beautiful.
Well, I've got a pedal steel. My pedal steel's an MSA, but I like those guitars.
Yeah.
The Fender is it takes some technique to learn how to play a straight neck guitar.
Oh yeah. So, of all your guitars, do you have one that you could actually say is a favorite?
Not really.
No, I would imagine that'd be hard.
Something that I did do a few years ago, I went back and bought one of my dad's old Telecasters. I went and found it and bought it back.
Yeah, I remember you telling me the story. It's pretty. So how did you find it?
Oh, I kind of knew where it was at, but anyway, I ended up buying it back, and it's a Sunburst Telecaster. So
yeah, I mean, were the people did you know the people that had it? Okay.
Oh
okay.
Yeah.
Did they know it was your dad's guitar?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, Dad used to trade guitars off and stuff, but the first Fender that I remember Dad having when I was a kid, and he got it somewhere around 1955, but it was a Stratocaster, and the serial number on that was number 3.
What?
It was.
Wow.
So, but it was a repo, and Dad went to the bank in Colville and bought that. I don't remember what he paid for it back then, but it was around $60 or $80, I think, to pay it off.
Wow, when it was still brand new.
Pretty much. It was a year old, probably.
Wow, I can imagine that you could add a few zeros to that price at this point.
The 1 through 10s, I think, are around $750,000 right now.
Wow.
So, and I don't have that guitar, but that's
yeah. At least for people listening, he doesn't have that guitar in his person. Leave him alone.
I wished I did have it, but
yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Even just knowing that were you ever able to play that guitar?
I was.
Wow.
But Dad traded that in or sold it later on, and Leo Fender brought Dad up a Jaguar guitar somewhere around 1960. And Jaguar guitars weren't on the market until I think 62.
Wow, in person.
Yeah.
He brought him up with his guitar.
Yeah, Leo Fender was a friend of Dad's.
Holy cow.
But anyway, I still have a Fender twin amp that when Dad got discharged from the Army in 1953, I still have that amp.
Wow.
That Leo Fender gave him.
How does that? I bet it sounds so
It's
beautiful.
So warm, you can't believe it.
Oh, those old tube amps, man. You can't reproduce that sound digitally.
But anyway, the twin amps were kind of not a lot of people bought them because they were kind of expensive in the day. So,
yeah, wow.
But for him to, actually Leo Fender to actually give that to a Dad was pretty amazing.
That is incredible. So knowing these people, and so you knew these people as a kid. You would.
We went down to Southern California when I was little, and I have no idea when or what, but we had dinner at Leo Fender's house.
Wow. Wow. So like that number 3 guitar, when you got to play that when you were young, did you understand at the time? Do you have any comprehension of how special that piece was?
No idea.
Wow. It was just one of Dad's guitars.
Yeah.
So your dad is, you were kind of telling me some of the stuff about your dad and finding some of the music with your mom and your dad performing. What years did they perform?
Well, apparently Dad probably started playing, dance band probably around 55, I'm guessing, somewhere in there. The first guitar that I remember Dad had was an old archtop K F-hole guitar, and then I don't know whatever happened to that thing, but
wow.
But anyway.
And you said even your grandpa used to play. He played in the service
played clarinet in World War I.
So was he then performing for the soldiers?
He played in the Navy band under John Philip Sousa.
That's just mind blowing. Talk about a legend. Wow. So music runs in your blood for generations.
Quite a while.
Yeah. I always wonder about that because yes, you can learn a lot as a kid when you're around it, but sometimes you hear those stories and there has to be something built into the genetic code in some families.
My kids actually can sing and do things, but I really didn't teach them because I'd spent a lot of years playing in bars and stuff, and I really didn't want them in the bars doing that.
That's a good dad.
But they can play if they want to.
Yeah, what do they play? If you want to brag on your kids for a minute.
The kids they play guitar and some and they can sing and things like that, but I didn't teach them.
No?
No, I didn't.
Did they learn in school?
They learned on their own.
Oh wow. That's
how I learned.
Yeah.
I can't read music though.
No?
No.
It's funny. I hear that a lot from a lot of really seasoned musicians. There's quite a few people that, I don't have a clue how to read music. I don't have the first inkling of how to do it, but it looks like Egyptian hieroglyphics to me.
Somebody asked Dad one time, says, can you read music? He says, not enough to hurt my playing.
So I know you play guitar, you play bass. Are there any other instruments that you play?
I play steel a little bit, play mandolin some.
Nice. Mandolin's probably one of my favorite instruments. I just love the way it sounds. So it's such a beautiful instrument.
I don't tell anybody, but I used to play banjo some.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, I give my banjo to my daughter, Gina, and I don't know. It was an old one.
Yeah. Of course, I do love a banjo, but probably not everybody's favorite instrument.
I don't know. Banjo's kind of a strange instrument. They've used different tunings on them and stuff, so people play different. So Not necessarily when you see a banjo, could you go play their banjo?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen that with like different. It depends on the manufacturer. There's a lot of differences from. It's not like a guitar, which is pretty well. You could pretty much pick up any guitar and start
Right.
playing it.
Yeah.
Banjos are wildly different from model to model, and they're still just a banjo.
Yeah, a lot of people play with a G tuning on them and
Mhm.
stuff like that, and like steel guitar, my pedal steel, it's got an E9th tuning on it, and my old 3-neck Fender has got a C6th with a chromatic on it and a standard C6th, and then I've got an E7th
Mhm.
neck on it.
And do you still play the steel guitar a lot on stage, or
No, I don't know. I kind of put it away for a long time, and I dug it out the other day, and I've been messing with it again. But
I would love to see you on a steel guitar.
I always thought, you could always learn to play steel in about a week, and it takes you the rest of your life to get good at it.
Right, like chess.
So, yeah.
Steel guitar is one I've always been fascinated with because there's so many different versions. There's so many different variations.
Oh, man.
Different sounds. Different genres of music. There's steel guitars in all kinds of different music. A lot of people associate it with country, but there's a lot of other music that you hear the steel guitar, and sometimes you don't even realize that's what you're hearing.
Well, steel originally was a Hawaiian.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And
yeah.
that makes sense. I've heard reggae music with steel guitar.
Oh,
in
yeah.
it. I've even heard. What was it? Oh, there was it was like a symphony, like an orchestra, and people playing the steel guitar with the orchestra, and it was absolutely gorgeous.
A lot of steel work on the Eagle stuff.
Yeah. A lot of that, like the Eagles. There was some of the other sort of that '80s pop era that late '70s, early '80s that had some steel guitar
like
thrown
the
in there.
Eagles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're legends, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you first what made you decide to I'm going to build myself a guitar the first time you did one?
Well, I couldn't find what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, well, I bet you I could build what I want.
Yeah.
So I've got some of these guitars that are B-benders also, which use the guitar strap to pull strings on it.
Yes, I've seen that.
Marty Stewart has Clarence White's B-bender.
Wow. And how does that work? Is it just a?
It's a mechanism in the back of the guitar.
Yeah.
When you look at the face of it, it looks normal, but Marty Stewart's doesn't.
Yeah.
It's been really worked over, but Clarence White, the way Marty Stewart ended up with that guitar was Clarence White's widow. Clarence White was putting an amp in the back of a car, and somebody come around the corner and run into him and killed him. That's what happened to Clarence White of the Byrds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's horrible.
Yeah. So Marty Stewart later on went and talked to his widow and ended up getting that guitar.
Wow.
And from what I understand, that guitar is insured for $40 million.
Holy cow.
I don't know for sure, but that's what I've heard at times.
Wow. I have a good friend, I'm going back to mandolins, kind of story time here. So I have a good friend. He was good friends with like Jerry Garcia, David Grisman, Tony Rice, those guys, and he would actually jam with him. Mandolin player by the name of Bernard Glanspeak. He's a lesser known guy. He really never really made it popular. He was more of a behind the scenes guy. He'd get up on stage. I've seen him perform on stage with David Grisman and the quintet. But he was known for his mandolin collection. And if you ever listen, there's an album that was done by Jerry Garcia and David Grisman, and my friend Bernard, he actually found the children's stories, converted them. It was a children's album that Jerry Garcia and David Grisman did, and he found the stories and wrote the music for these children's stories. Not world famous, but pretty well renowned for his mandolin collection. He had some priceless mandolins. I think he had a mandolin that was played by old Doc Watson and some of those really legendary names from back in the day. And he moved out of Alaska. He moved to Paradise, California. And if there's one thing Paradise, California is known for, was the Paradise Fire. And he lost his home and every single mandolin he owned. Some of those mandolins were worth multiple millions of dollars. Everything was lost in that fire, as well as Bernard himself. So we thought. Then about 5 years later, it popped up. We all, everybody mourned. You go to his Facebook page, everybody mourned him. Everybody, thought he was gone. About 5 years later, this gentleman pops up under a different name. Come to find out, that's Bernard. He had used that Paradise Fire to escape and get out and assume a different name, and then popped up later, different wife, different name.
I'll be darned.
And that to me was incredible. That just seems so fitting. I loved it for him. So
something in my collection that I have is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is Sherry Scamahorn give me her dad's 1954 Gibson solid body mandolin.
Ooh, a solid body.
And I had never seen one before.
Yeah.
Anyway, all the paperwork is in there, but he's done all kinds of recordings. He had recorded with like Bill Monroe and stuff like that, and Emmylou Harris.
Yeah.
Anyway, all the paperwork is in the case for that thing.
Oh.
And how much, I don't remember it's been a while since I've looked at it now, but the paperwork. But all the paperwork is in there of how he made payments on this thing through the years to pay for this thing, because it was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
In 1954, and I don't remember what the payments were a month, but they were like maybe $35 or something, maybe, or
in the 50s, $35 was your house payment.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, this thing is absolutely marvelous, and it's in really, really nice shape.
Wow, I would love to check that out sometime. It's a solid body mandolin. I've never even heard of such a thing.
Anyway, it's electric, but it is really cool.
How does it sound?
Awesome.
Oh, I can imagine.
Anyway, it's got kind of a like the early Les Pauls used the soap bar pickups.
Mm-hmm.
It's got this is just a 4-pole soap bar pickup in it. So it's basically a too shy of a Les Paul pickup, basically.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Wow. Oh man, I'd love to. Do you ever play with that one?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you perform with it on stage at all ever?
I haven't, but I.
Yeah. I would love to see a performance with you, Randy, where you just bring out all your fun instruments and just go around. Maybe a couple other guys up there with you.
Actually, I had thought about doing a recording if I can find somebody that can patch me into each one of the spots and probably do a complete instrument thing and do a vocal thing and probably just play my own instruments through the thing. That
would be fun. I bet you we can make that happen. We know people here.
Really?
Oh yeah. I would love to help with that.
But anyway, I played drums originally is what I played, and then I learned to play other things. And
wow. So what is the most obscure instrument that you know how to play that probably nobody would have any idea what we're talking about?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't do anything. I don't play fiddle or keyboards at all.
No.
So, although a fiddle's tuned the same as a mandolin, but it's more like, I've tried it, and it's kind of like grabbing a cat by one toenail and dragging it through a knothole.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I really haven't. I just know my limits.
Oh yeah, I admire fiddle players
because man,
that's a hard instrument to play.
Well, they're fretless.
Yep.
But I do play fretless bass though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Craig's mom, Sally, she was the big inspiration about that.
She's an inspiration to many people.
I was always amazed at how she could play fretless bass and do a really good job at it. She's still the best, I think.
You know, I hear that from a lot of people that Sally's one of the best female bass players out there.
She is.
Yeah, she's incredible, and oh my goodness, what a wonderful human being.
Oh yeah,
she's just one of the biggest. I love her so much. She's such a sweetheart.
Always happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't. I gush. I can't even. I can't. I need to stop because I just adore the woman. So how many guitars do you think you have built in your lifetime?
Probably getting close to 20 of them, I suppose, now.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've sold some, here and there, and I don't know it. And then if somebody's looking for something special, I can usually, that's obscure, something different that you can't go by.
So what's your process then? When do you just kind of do you get inspiration from the wood that you find, or do you get inspiration?
I do.
Yeah.
I've got a whole pile right now that I'm looking at now to lay up some different colors and stuff, and some of these I've tried putting tapers in the wood, and they turned out okay, but when you start putting the clamps on them, the wood wants to scoot. So,
Yep.
So it's a little bit of a trick to make everything even, when
you
do that, and so. But I'm learning.
So I've done a fair bit of woodworking myself. Is it just a standard wood glue that you use to glue those together? Or is there special stuff you use for specifically guitars?
I use that Type Bond 3.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff is stout.
Oh yeah.
You can take two pieces, end to end, and it usually will break somewhere else besides the joint.
Yeah, well.
It's tough.
Oh yeah, tougher than the wood that it's holding.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
So I don't want them to come apart after I build them.
that would be the worst. So where do you source your parts? Because do you just have do you buy them specifically for the guitar, or do you buy?
Yeah, I usually buy most of it like through Amazon if I find something that I like the looks of, and I'm going to do one of these with a Bigsby vibrato and a roller bridge, and
ooh,
so it'll be a little different.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it in a thin line so I can cut down on some weight.
Mm-hmm.
So, Don that plays with Doug and Sal, he's got one of my guitars, and it's a thin line.
Yeah.
And that thing, well, it's got push-pull controls on it and stuff, and it looks like a regular Telecaster until you hear it.
Really? Ooh.
It's amazing.
Ooh.
It's got a sound totally all its own.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, when we were talking during the break, I should have grabbed some stuff so we could plug that in and hear it play, but we just got involved in conversation. I didn't even think about it.
Oh, we're good.
Oh no, we're good. You get it'll be for the winner when you buy your raffle tickets. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that the raffle will help the radio station and everything, and it'll be kind of something to do for the community.
You know what, it will, and
Yeah.
and I know it comes from the heart, and I know everything you do comes from your heart, man. And I was floored when you came up to me and said you wanted to do this, and I see the guitar, and I'm continued to be floored. It's absolutely a beautiful piece.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so man, I really want to thank you so much.
But yeah, just to do something for the community. The radio station has been an amazing thing, I think for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that Scott's done here, and building this place from the ground up with a roll of duct tape and a prayer, man. It's still going strong. We're in our 15th year now.
Wow.
And I'm grateful every day for everything that I feel like I've been given a gift by taking over the station, and I hope I do it justice. You know, I've sometimes I have to pinch myself, like this is actually my job, you know, and just that I'm get to be involved with this. And the coolest thing is all the people I've gotten to meet, and all the friends I've made doing this. It's really truly a pleasure.
Yeah, back in the day, my mom used to buy tubes for her amp. She used to play through a dual Showman.
Mm-hmm.
She used to go to Colville down to the radio station and buy industrial tubes in it because she used to blow them all.
Yeah.
Playing bass through that old Showman amp. And so she'd go down and buy industrial tubes to put in it.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
There's nothing like a tube amp, though. They just have got a sound all their own.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
They do. And like I said earlier, that sound cannot be recreated digitally.
It can't. I've got some modeling amps at home, and they do not. It says Fender Twin on it. It does not sound like my Fender Twin.
Yeah. Wow. You know, and there's a lot of great advances with digital music and the modern stuff, and a lot of stuff that makes things really easy for people to learn and do, and a lot of capabilities, things we couldn't do with music before.
Oh yeah.
But for just good, clean, old-fashioned music, you can't beat that sound.
The sound is so warm, it's just hard to explain. Actually,
you have to feel it.
It's not glitchy and clippy, and
yep.
Yeah.
No, I know exactly. There's sort of a rough edge around it that they don't have.
Yeah,
it's like velvet.
It's just so smooth.
Like your bass playing, man. So that is one of the things when I see you play a bass, when I listen to you play the bass, your transitions, man, you're like silk. It's just smooth as butter. I really enjoy listening to you play.
Well, it's funny because my mom, she played bass, but she really never taught me how to play bass.
Yeah.
And the reason I learned how to play bass is I couldn't find a bass player that would play simple enough to follow the bass line, to where it was way too busy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Bass can be too busy.
Sometimes less is more.
Yes.
Unless you're Les Claypool.
Well, there's that.
Then he's just sort of in a league all of his own.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure that guy is human. And I'm grateful for that.
But there's, there again, Sally is so solid.
She really is.
Yeah.
Yep. Really, really fantastic. So tell us really quick. Now you're playing right now. Tell us who you're playing with and where you guys are playing.
Yeah, I play with Kenny Walker now at the American Legion, and we do that on Wednesdays from 5 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a fun time to go play, and it got me out of the closet again.
Yes.
Kind of. So I don't know. I'd pretty much give up on playing until Kenny says, "You should come play."
Oh yeah, and I love you guys are so good. I love listening to you guys play. You're the level when you hear you guys play. It's so enjoyable, and watching you guys on stage, it's like, okay, these guys know what they do. They know what they're doing. They've been playing a long time, and it just comes out on stage, man.
Yeah, Kenny throws some stuff out there that I've never heard once in a while, and it's like it's either up or down.
I know we have a couple of Kenny's albums sitting up here in our little stack right there,
Yeah.
and they're ones I occasionally pop Kenny in, and I've been here working on something. I'll throw something in the CD player, and his is one of my go-tos.
Yeah.
So,
no, I really enjoy doing this, and we joke a lot. Every once in a while, we mess each other up playing, but but we got to have a laugh,
Oh yeah. That's incredible. So, do you guys have any gigs coming up?
No, we're just gonna do this, and Kenny goes over to Troy, Montana, and plays usually once a month, and I've been over there a couple times and played, and that's a blast.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I bet a road trip with you two would be incredible.
No, we just have fun, and
I can imagine.
And the musicians that we go play with over there are really good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really a plus. Tim's sister, she plays drums, and she's in her 80s.
Wow.
And she's really a good drummer.
Really?
And Tim's a good guitar player.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's...
You know, one thing I remember that stuck out to me, I think it was my music teacher in really second, third grade, maybe, told us all, like, look, you can go into sports, you're probably by your mid 30s. If you're lucky, you'll be able to play into your 30s, past your 20s. But even that's pretty unlikely. Listed off a bunch of things. You can do this as a career. You can do this as a hobby. But music is a thing that you can keep with you your entire life. No matter how old you get, you can still make music. And that's not a thing you can
Right.
I know sometimes injuries happen and stuff and can hamper your playing, but music stays with you to the day you die. Yep.
It was kind of funny when I was in school. I was never good enough to play in the school band, but I could go out and play music at a dance band for my folks and make money at it.
Was that not? I think not good enough is probably. Was it not good enough or not the right style?
Probably the not right style. But
and what time period was that?
Oh, 1,000 years ago. Oh,
I picture Back to the Future when all the teachers are standing there shocked, like, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah.
What is that noise?
Yeah, I remember I was in grade school, first grade, and I took my ukulele to school, and I played a song, and I don't remember. I can't even remember the name of the song right now, but Honky Tonk is what it was.
Yeah.
Well, the teacher, I think she probably had a cow.
Where'd you go to school?
Here at Chewelah.
So you lived here your whole life?
Yeah.
Wow.
My mom's side of the family moved out here from back east in 1845.
Holy cow. And
Dad's family moved out here around 1900.
Wow. Was that when your dad was a kid?
Well, no, Dad was born in 1930.
Oh, so long before he was even born.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Dad's side of the family come from Norway.
Okay.
But
that's where my grandparents came from.
I'll be
or
darned.
their parents, they came from Norway. They actually moved to Canada for briefly, and that's when they first came from Norway. And then my great grandparents, and then my grandma also, her family came from Norway around the same time, and they met as teenagers in Canada. Both, I guess, I don't know, through the Norwegian connection. Maybe their families knew each other. I never really have known the story of how my grandparents met.
Huh.
But both Norwegians, their parents both spoke Norwegian. My dad, my grandpa, and my grandma both, they had, I wouldn't call it an accent, but as a little kid, I used to think Grandpa talked a little funny, 'Cause it wasn't quite the Norwegian accent. It wasn't quite an American accent. It was somewhere kind of in between. And great voice. I always enjoyed hearing Grandpa tell stories and going out fishing with Grandpa.
Huh.
But yeah, got that Norway connection.
Yeah, it's my grandpa was born here in the States in 1899.
Yep.
So, but all of his, well, let's see, he had a younger brother, I guess, that was born here also, but the rest of them were all born in Norway when they come.
Oh, yeah. Of course, one of the greatest breakfast foods of all time that is underrated and underappreciated. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Lefse?
I was going to say the Abelskiver.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh, you've never had an Abelskiver?
No.
So they're basically, it's a Norwegian pancake They're round. They're like a little ball, and you make them in a pan. The pan has little like half circles in it, and you basically you put your pancake batter in, and you use a turner, and you continue to turn them in that little. They're about the size of a golf ball, and you turn them, and as you turn them, that raw batter sort of rolls back out until it forms a hollow ball, and then you take a squeeze bottle or something, and you fill the inside of that ball with jam or topping, and then you sprinkle some powdered sugar on the top.
That sounds terrible.
They're terribly delicious. They're a lot of work though. They're a lot more work than your average pancake.
Something that I refuse is lutefisk.
No,
we don't do that. I am not tough enough.
I've smelled it.
Oh, it's terrible.
I had one time. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this just to see how bad it really is. And I got that thing up to my nose.
It's
I'm
worse.
Like, nope, I can't do it. It didn't smell edible. I don't think it was edible.
Yeah.
Oh man. We'll tell you what. Are you ready to get out of here a little early?
Whenever you're ready.
Right on. Well, we've got the farmers market coming up here in a little bit. I gotta kind of get out and get ready for that. Hopefully, actually be set up on time for once.
That'd be good.
Yeah. But Randy, I really want to thank you for everything you do, and I really want to thank you for this. This has been. It's always fun talking with you. I really appreciate it.
Well,
And,
hopefully you can sell enough tickets to make this worthwhile.
I think we will.
Good.
I think we will. And this goes for this. Other donations that we have coming up in the near future. We're working with a gentleman who's willing to match donations that we get coming into the radio station until
Awesome.
August. So
so
we're working on the details on that, but we do have some matching funds coming up for donations. So
Perfect.
really, I'm blown away by all the support and all the help, and really looking forward to this. So
yeah, that'll be awesome.
it will be. It will
Yeah.
be, and we'll get those tickets available soon. I need to drop all the paperwork and everything. All of our legal stuff, meet all the requirements, but then we'll get those tickets out.
Yeah, I think we'll have Jeannie put the logo on that for you and for the radio station, and at least they'll know where it come from.
I would absolutely love that. Oh, so we did have, before we go, we did have a couple comments here. Wow, we're missing all kinds of comments. I'm so sorry. I wasn't even looking. I was so busy. Craig says, good morning. Calls me a trooper. Thanks, Craig. Will said, lone soldier standing tall. Love you too, Doug. And of course, Craig McQuain, Northern Beat. The next guest next week from 7 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday is Joshua Bilardo. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So he's a Northern Light Spotlight artist. Friday, May 22nd, he's going to be at 8:15 on Friday is Kyle Tuttle. So that's next Friday. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. Oh, Sally has a message for you. She says you're the best and you should record. So that would be awesome. Doug says KCHW opens doors. Let's see. Don Chilcott told Doug McQuain that sometimes it what you don. Does that make make sense to you? No, I don't. Doesn't make sense to me either. All right. Then he mentioned something about Troy, Montana. Says it has a great bar there. So
The Silver Spur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, I want to thank you again for coming in today, and I really am having a hard time with words because I love your work. I love your playing. I love you, man, and I just really appreciate this. And
I enjoy coming and doing this too.
We enjoy having you, man.
Yeah.
We're this isn't the last time. We know you're going to have you on again. So looking forward to seeing the next time I see you out playing, and really, really looking forward for someone to get this amazing, amazing guitar. So thank you so much, Randy. We will have a Randy Tron original guitar that we're going to raffle off. So any words for people out there, Randy?
Just keep smiling.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone out there, for listening. This has been the KCHW Morning Show right here on KCHW 102.7 with our good friend, Randy Tron. You guys have a great day. Say goodbye, everybody.
KCHW Chewelah Community Radio.
Have a bad day, 'cause I'm a fool. I said a lot of things, yeah, I said a lot of things that hurt you. Oh, you say I'm a waste of your time, but we know that was a lie. I love it when you do things for me, even when it's not right. You fucking hate everything that I do. I promised I would change. Yes, I promised I would change, but so did you.